Alright guys, welcome back to the couch. We're finally starting a new series. We're going to start playing Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. Go ahead and start a new game. We'll call this one... We'll just go with his name, Alucard. I could use one of the other weird little cheat names, but, you know, that's not the point of this show. And this is a game back on the PlayStation, the PSX, or PS1 as some people call it. And is one of the, in my opinion, it's in my top 10, one of the greatest games of all time. The gameplay is amazing. The fact that you have like a level up system, you don't use just a whip, you get swords and spears and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I know even on some of the Game Boy Advance ones, you actually get a gun, like a pistol, which is just funny to shoot zombies with. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Castlevania series, seriously, go back, check out some of the older ones, like where it all started on the regular Nintendo. And then it got really cool in Super Nintendo when they introduced Richter Belmont. He's like the iconic Belmont that lived in Simon, who was in the original series. And they're showing you Castlevania itself right now. And you end up in that spot they're showing you right now. That's where the final battle takes place with... Well, technically not the final battle. Depends on how I'm going to do the ending for you guys. But in the beginning here, we start off with Richter. He's got, you know, cool little moves and things like that. That uppercut's pretty much how you get anywhere and everywhere because you can just keep doing it. He's got the traditional whip, of course. And if you just hold it, you can whip it around like a psycho. He's got awesome slide moves. That's an invincible dash, which is like a half circle, like up to half circle forward kind of a thing. You'd have to look up the move to read it better than what I'm describing. And the uppercut's just down, up, and X. And now, because this is basically where we're about to face Dracula as Richter. He's worked his way through the entire castle from bottom to top. We're going to, however, collect some hearts and everything, because you can actually make this battle coming up really easy. Because the great thing about Richter is when he has items like the cross you see there in my little box under my hearts, he has what they call an item crash. It's like a super powered up version of everything. Now here, this is some of the weapons you'll actually see in the game, like the firebrand, you'll get shields, and other cool weapons that Richter can't use. If you can push start, he doesn't have an equip menu that Alucard has. God, this game's taking me back so much, and the music is so cool. I actually have the entire soundtrack on my iPod. And a cool thing, if you have the game disc and everything, if you just go to your PlayStation's regular menu, there's an actual bonus song that Alucard talks about.
Die, monster!
That's Richter's handsome, devilish, rugged face.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Fantastic.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Now, something that you see that I have the cross, but I'm not going to use it in this fight. There's actually a better item in that far left candelabra, where
what is a man?
It has the holy water. That's what I want to
pile
use.
Of secrets.
He has the item crash is called Hydro Storm. This is literally all you have to do. Just activate it and stand there and watch his life goes down. And then he's going to switch into some weird demonic-y bat form. Which he doesn't have, when you do the battle with Alucard, he doesn't have that at all. And if you can do this without getting hit, like I'm doing right now, Alucard will start out with more stats. Like his stats will be better, his health will be better, magic, all of that. So you want to do that if you can. If for some reason if you get hit a bunch and your life goes down, this girl, I think it's his friend or his sister or something like that, runs in. Her name is Maria, and she heals you back to full so you can keep fighting him. But only does that once, so if you die again, it's game over. And another cool thing is after you've beaten the game with Alucard, you can go back through the entire castle with Richter. And it's definitely like a more hard mode kind of a thing, but that holy water thing is so powerful. And like when you get the health ups and things like that, you don't show his life bar increasing, it just kind of makes it so he can take extra hits. It's really weird. There's a little bit of the plot for you. After Richter did all his huge thing, you get to play as Alucard, who helped Trevor Belmont. I think it was there's a Genesis Castlevania called Castlevania Bloodlines, is what it is. And you get to play as him in that. And he's not as badass as he is in this, but God, I'm so excited to start playing. And it took me forever to actually find a working copy of this game, too. Like, I've had so many struggles trying to find some of the games I want to play for you guys. A lot of internet research. And whereas Richter had all the cool little super moves and things like that, like he has that really awesome super jump and stuff like that, for Alucard you actually have to find the items that do that. But what's cool is since Alucard's a vampire, he can transform into bats in the mist and things like that, which we'll find as we're playing through the game. You can mess with the now loading thing just by moving your D-pad around. You can see I start with 75 HP. If you actually get hit and things like that with Richter, you only get like 50 or 45. Like, you don't get a whole lot. And this early on in the game, you get your butt kicked. Now what's cool is like he has a sword and everything, and we have an actual menu. We can equip stuff. I always like to make the menu as dark as I possibly can, because it's easier on your eyes, so bear that in mind. And it always starts you in mono. I don't know why. You can see we have some of basically his mother's weapons, the family armor, I guess is what it is. We'll see this stuff as we're going through the game as well. You see you have stats and all kinds of stuff. This game is amazing. Now what's cool is if you do the quarter circle forward and square like you do in the Hadouken in Street Fighter, some of his weapons actually have special moves. And you can see he doesn't really move very fast, but I love how his little walking animation. He's just like, yeah, his little hands. And you'll notice that his, when you use like the sword's special abilities, not all of them have them, keep that in mind. It drains some of your magic, but his magic recharges fairly quickly. And what you'll also notice is he gets magic. You'll be able to summon fireballs, spirits, and he's got a move that you can get later on once you have enough magic called Soul Body, or Soul Steal, or something like that. It literally drains a crap load of HP out of everybody in the room. And it's a fast way to heal. He's also got a move called Dark Metamorphosis, where if you have a blood-stealing sword, like there's enemies that like bleed profusely, as long as he's standing in that blood spray, it actually heals him. And like you get items like food and you can start heal yourself with. It's not an automatic use. It's whenever you decide to use them kind of thing. And you get, the money actually has a use in this one. You'll find a shop later on. You can't touch the water yet. And the reason I'm staying down here is so I'm going to get some easy level ups. just going to hang out here for just a second because, like I said, it's real easy to get some quick, easy level ups. So we need 39 experience to level up. And there it is. Alright, we can move on now. Later on, this spot I'm walking through right now, once you have the bat, the fox, or the wolf, and the mist, we'll go back through there, because you go back through each time and it actually opens up a secret room. And like before in the series, like with the Zelda games and things like that, I'm going to do about 15-minute episodes. Because any longer than that, you know, it's just, for some reason the brain kind of loses interest. And I've played this game a lot, so I know a lot where a lot of crap is. And here's a recurring villain in all of the Castlevanias. We always run into death. He is always one of the biggest pain in the ass boss fights. We won't see him for quite a while though after this.
I have not asked you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again. What?
So Death was basically just taking all of our crap. And now all we have left is punchy and jump moves. That's really it. It's not too bad right now because obviously it's still the beginning of the game, so they give us plenty of time to, you know, get save points. And you'll find weapons off of enemies and things like that. And as you've noticed, as I've been hitting candles and things like that, in other Castlevanias, you'll get hearts and things like that, but Alucard needs an item to see those. And the heart max up is a thing we'll want to see a lot because we'll see hearts that we can use sub-weapons with, like the knife, the axe. We'll get holy water in the cross, just like the other Castlevania games. Except Alucard doesn't get to do item crashes at all. So they're just normal toss and use items. And I'm not really going to tell you much about what I'm doing. Because you'll just literally watch and you'll see exactly what I'm doing. You can sort things. I usually like to keep all my consumables on the right side and my swords and shields on this side because it's just easier to navigate through them. You can make it auto sort, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. The red rust is an okay. It's not a really great sword. Like the short sword I had was way better. And so these are what the save points are. So we'll stop this episode right here because it's a nice, safe, quiet place. And I will see you guys back on the couch, alright?